Imagine waking up one morning to realize the world didn't end, it just shifted. There's no mass layoffs, no sci-fi robot uprising, no dramatic announcement. Just silence. Now your favorite cafe is still open. The subway still runs. And the office still hums. But something subtle has changed. The barista, the cleaner, and the dispatcher. Not gone, just replaced overnight. Just quietly rewritten. Now, AI didn't destroy the workforce, it simply rearranged it. So now the real question isn't will AI take our jobs? It's which people will society quietly decide are replaceable? When people talk about AI and jobs, we imagine the extreme, an apocalypse or utopia. Robot takeover, the Terminator, total collapse, or total liberation. But what if the real future is neither of those? What if it's just ordinary, familiar, almost even boring? What if it's a workforce that doesn't vanish overnight, but it erodes? Not through dramatic change, but through slow administrative decisions with all algorithmic scheduling, automated dispatching, and even what everyone's used to, self-checkout. This isn't a revolution you automatically see. It's a rearrangement you only notice once it's too late.
So we have done this before. Technology has always changed work, but not equally. The Industrial Revolution mechanized muscle, the computer revolution digitized memory, and now the AI revolution is automating judgment. So during the Great Depression, some US cities passed laws firing married women from government jobs, and after World War II, women were pushed out of factories to make room for returning soldiers. During computerization in the 1980s, typists, mostly women, disappeared almost overnight. So history doesn't repeat, but it does reveal a pattern. Whenever efficiency rises, someone gets quietly pushed out, not because they lack skill, but because society decides they're the ones easiest to remove.
So AI won't replace everyone. The tasks that can be measured, modeled, or scripted will disappear first. So who will that affect? Women, immigrants, people of color, disabled workers, not because they're less skilled, but because their labor is treated as interchangeable. For example, we can look at the data. Study shows that the jobs that are most exposed to AI automation cluster around workers that already face barriers. One study conducted by the UN found that jobs considered at the highest risk of AI-driven automation account for 9.6% of female employment, which is nearly 3 times the percentage for men. AI won't improve things in a vacuum. It will amplify the values and biases of the society that has built it. So when certain groups are already pushed to the margins, AI won't reverse that pattern. It will repeat it quietly and automatically.
We often imagine future dystopias as dirty, crowded, decrepit urban landscapes filled with poverty, or as totalitarian kleptocracies. But the reality is that a real dystopia just whispers. You don't really know it until you're there. After you graduate, you look for a job. You spend hours working on your resume. You spend a dozen more hours applying for jobs. Weeks pass, and maybe at most 4 actually respond to you. You wonder why that has happened, and you question if you did something wrong. The great irony is that you did nothing wrong. An algorithm that looked through your resume barely didn't think you were optimized enough. And even if you do eventually get a job, you already went through so much work just to give up the little freedom you even had in the first place. Life is still void of meaning. You go to the grocery store. There are no cashiers anymore. All you see are just rows of self-checkout machines. And amidst all those machines, just one security guard overlooking 20 of them. He's exhausted. The small business you liked is gone. All that's left are just corporate franchises and chains, all optimized to efficiency. All the real stores close down. Your paycheck barely covers rent, so you end up optimizing your own spending yourself. Whether that be meal preps, buying less quality products, or just not buying anything at all, depriving your life of actual luxuries. In essence, you become your own algorithm. You're constantly calculating, you're constantly optimizing yourself for efficiency, just to make way in this new world. And at times when you take a step back to relax, let's say you go through social media, even there you often find that something is lacking. You look at all these posts, they all seem absolutely perfect. The lives of others look absolutely phenomenal. But then you sort of realize that this is just AI generated content, maximized to efficiency to just keep you scrolling. But even that eventually wears off. Everything just feels empty. There's just a sudden decay of culture, entertainment. This is the real dystopia. It's not a loud one, it's quiet. It's just a slow, small, sudden corrosion that happens throughout society that you don't even notice until it's already happened. And the irony is that you don't even notice. Everything still functions, everything still works. And that's the greatest dystopian aspect of it. You don't realize it, you just live. Everything lacks meaning, everything lacks purpose. In the end of it, you just don't realize when this even happens. The changes are so small, and the realization is just so sudden. You can't place your finger on when this all went wrong. You look back and you can't even begin to realize when you started to think this way. You just know that something was off. But the story isn't finished yet. AI could still expand the workforce. It could support neurodiverse workers. It could support workers with disabilities. It could also support workers who don't really have the capacity to do much at all. AI could amplify creativity instead of suppress it. It could make invisible labor visible. And these aren't fantasies, these are genuine possibilities. The question isn't that can AI help? We know it can. The question is, are we going to design a system that supports people? Or are we going to design a system in which people support the system? Or has an algorithm already decided that for us?